And welcome to another video on Canadian freedom, right? Well, what a day. So, a day when the Freedom Convoy, the trucker rally, was deemed unconstitutional, and the Liberal Party seems to be away at a retreat, trying to figure out what the heck they're going to do now that the government is back to work after their extended long Christmas holiday. We got some words from different cabinet ministers today through CPAC. This was about 12 hours ago now, and so it was right before the announcement of the Emergencies Act being declared unconstitutional. So Turd-eau, he probably knew that was coming. You can tell on his face he looks dejected and beaten down, which he should be because he was wrong. He's asked some questions, and again, like I said in my last video, the media, well, independent media has never really given him a pass, obviously, but even some of the legacy media started asking tougher questions. So I got a few questions here that I'll skip to a quick video on his responses today from a few questions at his little 5-star retreat to figure out how to help the common people while he's, at a lavish hotel eating fancy meals and having fancy drinks on our dime. Let's see how our embattled nimwit Prime Minister answers some questions. So let's go ahead and get to the first one here.
Mia Rabson from the Canadian Press. Just wondering if yesterday's announcement on temporary student visas is a part of a bigger rethink on our immigration policies. Will there be caps on other temporary visas? Are we going to tie immigration to housing?
One of the things that Canadians understand is that immigration remains an incredible strength and force for Canada and for the Canadian economy.
Okay, first of all, yes, immigration is very important in this country. This country is a fan of immigration. Historically, we've been between 100 to 300 on the high end, 1,000 people coming in every year to help the economy grow at a moderate level. They have been bringing in 500 to 1 million people yearly, or in less than a year, over the last couple of years. It's not sustainable. It's destroying this country on the affordability side of things and on the infrastructure sides of things. So when I hear him say that, Canadian, you don't speak for me. Okay, you don't speak for the vast majority of us who actually have what's going on. So stop saying that you understand what Canadians think. Let's continue with this answer here on student visas.
Being able to welcome in people from around the world, particularly at this time of labor shortages, is good for our country and good for the future that we're building together. But we need to make sure that the system is working in the rigorous ways that it always has. That's what gives Canadians confidence about it. Over the past few years, we've seen a massive increase in the number of international students, and that's why we are steadying the numbers for the next 2 years.
Again, the massive increase just doesn't happen. It has to be approved through your government. So you, again, created the problem and you're trying to make a story like you're solving the problem. But it's one you created. Let's move to the next question here. He goes on a little bit further with his wiener answer here. He's going to talk a little bit about housing here. It's right here.
Question.
Morning, Prime Minister. Justin Ling, freelance. Picking up on that question, since you came into office, you pledged to build an extraordinary amount of new social housing, public housing. You promised to close the infrastructure gap. But over the years, billions of dollars was left unspent.
To bring up housing, even though, a year or two ago, he said, housing is not a federal issue. But anyway, let's listen to what he says.
funding was lapsed, the number of homes you actually built is relatively small compared to the need. Did you have a delivery problem? And if so, how do you fix that? Do you still have that problem?
A delivery problem. Yes. Let's announce millions of dollars for things, but yeah, we don't really do anything with that until someone says, hey, City of Kitchener, we have planned to build $50,000 new homes on the West End. Can we get some money for that? Sure, we'll show up. Can we get a picture with you guys and a check? That's the way it actually works.
Problem today. What measures are you taking to fix that?
Well, we put in place a national housing strategy in 2017 that delivered millions for millions of Canadians as we move forward.
He's so full of crap. Delivered millions. Millions. He didn't want to say millions of houses because he knows there has been zero houses. He's actually not created houses. Municipalities have been building houses, they've attached dollars to that. But his programs have built zero. Let's continue.
Moved forward into difficult years. Following the pandemic, the housing challenges really exploded across this country, and we needed to do even more, which is why we stepped up with the $4 billion Housing Accelerator Fund. And that recognizes that the federal government, while it has a role to play in housing, it's not the only one. Municipalities specifically are key to unlocking greater housing starts across the country. And that's why the deals we're signing around the accelerator with specific cities to cut red tape, to increase densification, to change the zoning laws, to permit
It's funny, he's now taking basically the arguments Pierre Poilievre and the Conservative Party have made against what they've done. Their government has created red tape. They've allowed funding to create bureaucracies and jobs, but never created any housing. So he knows that Pierre's winning on that fact. I'm telling people he's creating bureaucracy. So he's trying to backpedal and say that he's responsible for eliminating some of those. People don't buy his BS anymore. You can see how embattled and beat down he is. I can guarantee you, he probably, even though it was this morning, this interview, he knew about the ruling that came out later in the day. You can just tell by his facial expressions.
4 units as of right and 4 stories as of right in cities right across this country to unlock an accelerated process of building more houses even faster in the coming years is what we've been focused on. And we're going to continue as we've done.
And again, his plan is to build 300,000 homes over 10 years, but immigration targets are 500,000 a year over 10 years, or each year. Just think about the math there. Let's continue the next question before we finish up here. It's I did a previous video on his vacation over the holidays. Well, we all kind of batted down our spending and had to tighten our belts to get through Christmas. And he got this $90,000 free vacation. Now, originally he said he wasn't going to be using our money anymore, that he would be paying for it. I have another video about that, but turns out, no, he didn't pay for it out of his own pocket. He got it for free. A liberal insider, part of his, someone who's part of his Turd-eau Foundation, which to me just, says unethical. He says that it was checked out by the Ethics Commission, but there is no official way to do that, so it's just a claim. But let's listen to these questions here today about the holiday, because again, I think they're great.
Rika Walsh with the Globe and Mail. You just laid out the tough economic times that Canadians are facing. You say you're seized with the issue. Did you consider that backdrop when you decided to take an $80,000 free vacation?
Oh, damn! Yeah, that's right. Look at that smirk. She's thinking, God damn, I ain't asking that question still. It's over with. I get my free vacations. I stay wherever the hell I want. I'm entitled to whatever I want. I'm a rich boy. What do you think? I'm gonna go stay at a cottage up north or something? Come on. I go to the top places. I go where I want. I get what I want. Listen to his responses and his stupid little smirk.
As many Canadians did, I stayed with friends over the holidays.
Many Canadians don't have access to a $90,000 free vacation. So can you just explain a bit more the thinking as to why you take these vacations and how you think Canadians receive them?
Like many Canadians did, I stayed with family friends over the holidays.
Next question.
Look at that face. Gotcha. I'm not answering your question. The question was, do you think that's fair that you get a $90,000 vacation while we're all paying? His answer basically is, like many Canadians, I spend time with family and friends, and I don't care what that you guys all had to cut back on inflated food prices that I've caused, or inflationary on everything. This guy is a complete joke. He knows he's at the end of this road. It's completely ridiculous. Anyway, thanks for joining me on Canadian Freedom Light, and let's look forward to 2024 and getting rid of this guy,
Council of Canada said
because I think his days are
last week
numbered.